My name is Kayla Griffiths Reynolds and I work at HSBC. Today's event for me really inspires empowerment, community, womanhood and support. And I think that's been the main driver for coming along. I think so often as a woman of colour in large organisations, you can feel quite alone, you can feel your presence is often not part of the majority in the space. So it's quite empowering to come into a space of women that look like you, that can tell the same stories of you, and just feel seen, feel heard. So it's really important just to feel like you're part of that community and you're seen. I have today actually. I've actually bumped into a number of colleagues who I haven't met in person before, so it's been really good to connect in that way and put a face to a name. I've also met with some people I've never spoken to before, and it's just really encouraging to see that we're all here for the same reason. We're here to learn, we're here to encourage others, we're here to empower each other. It just feels like a safe space, a place where you can be really open. So I feel like today's going to be a really great opportunity to connect with some new people and expand my network. So I'm feeling quite invigorated by the whole thing and energised. So I was connected with it with a colleague at HSBC, so through Shauna Roper, who's an alumni of Solaris. And she brought it to my attention today, offered me the opportunity to come along, and I just couldn't miss it. Yeah, lots of them have stood out to me, but particularly it was really interesting and very empowering to hear from the likes of Craig Cuffey, given that he's a very senior leader in the bank, to hear somebody so inspired and committed and dedicated to the success of not just all the people within the bank, but particularly those less represented within the bank, black women, and to hear somebody so willing to put their money where their mouth is, and just really set a wonderful example for other leaders in the business. Hearing him talk about being inspired by powerful black women and actively seeking out partnerships through other black companies and entrepreneurs, it just makes you feel like you're in a pace that's moving forward and that you're a part of driving change. And somebody like that really does help to inspire you. So I'm hoping to connect with Craig just to hear more about his stories and just to get more inspiration and some guidance, because he was a wonderful person to listen to. You know, I would absolutely recommend partnerships with Solaris. I myself am really keen to put my hat in on the next Solaris programme. As soon as I'm able to, I will throw my hat in. I'd love to be invited to participate in Solaris. And I think there's something to be said for recognising black women, black talent, empowering and propelling black talent. You have to recognise that the path and the route to success for people that look like me isn't as smooth as maybe it might have been for others. So being able to stand up for each other, to see each other, to clear a pathway for each other, to inspire us through leadership and in community, I think it's a very, very rare opportunity. And places like Solaris give us a space to be ourselves, give us a space to grow. So I would absolutely recommend that any woman of colour who is interested in their future, who is interested in leadership, who wants to see growth, really does focus on opportunities with Solaris, engage with the programme where you can, follow along with events, figure out what it is that Yetunde's doing and follow her leadership with love, because I think it's incredibly inspiring. A message for Yetunde: thank you for putting on today's event. I think it can't be overstated just how important events like this are for women that look like me, but also for our allies and for our sponsors. It's important for us to see the recognition through hard work, but also to feel seen. And I feel like seeing you on the stage and to sharing your message with such enthusiasm and encouragement, I think it inspires everybody in the room. So thank you for doing all that you do for us and for future leaders.